Have EC Bahia unearthed the next big goal-scoring Brazilian Wonderkid? And just who is this player being dubbed the HAALAND of the Backlands? His name is Wenderson, Wanderley, Santos de Melo, but you can call him Dell. At just 16 years old, Dell is already lighting it up in Brazilian youth football, whilst he's part of EC Bahia's youth academy. Dell is a physical, relentless striker whose stats at under 20s level are insane. In the 2025 Copinha, one of Brazil's top youth tournaments, he would score 4 times in 6 games and has a record of 52 goals in 51 youth appearances at club level. He would score 12 goals in just 6 games to win the Copa 2 Golden Boot. This guy doesn't just score goals, he dominates, even when coming up against players who are sometimes 4 years older than him. What makes Dell special is his elite finishing with both feet. He makes intelligent runs off the ball, and at just 16 he is already a physical forward, which has led to him being labelled the HAALAND of Sertão. If Dell works hard and keeps developing, Bahia have surely got a future superstar on their hands. With his sky-high potential and the Citigroup's investment in EC Bahia, it may not be long before we see the two HAALANDs in the same club colours. Let me know in the comments section your opinions of Dell. Just how good do you think he can be in the future? Today's video is brought to you in association with Passion4FM. Passion4FM is the #1 football manager blog dedicated to enhancing your football manager experience. On the website you will find guides, tactics, shortlists, graphical and database updates, alongside in-depth articles about the world's best football manager simulation game. For this video, I've downloaded the Passion4FM Nextgen Wonderkid database. This database is the #1 resource for adding new real-world Wonderkids to your brand new save games. Download it from the description and enhance your save games now. In today's video, I'm going to be letting Football Manager predict the future. Starting in 2024, I'm going to run a simulation that will look at the next 15 years of Dell's career. Let me know in the comments section down below how you see this one playing out. Do you think that Dell can go on to become that Erling Haaland type of player, or will he simply become another Brazilian Wonderkid that fails to reach his maximum potential? Also, whilst you're there, smash that subscribe button and don't forget to check out the rest of the Wonderkids series. In the Nextgen database, Dell would start off with a great core of attributes for a striker. Now, although these are only estimations, it correctly would predict that he would have standout attributes such as first touch, determination, flair, acceleration, agility, natural fitness and pace, as these would all match up with the characteristics of the player in real life. The big question here though, as we move forward into the future, can he make an impact in Bahia's first team quickly enough to help him develop into an elite Wonderkid? At the 5-year point, Dell is now 21 years old and we find he's still at Bahia. He has been out for a season on loan at Juventude to gain some first team experience, where he played 9 times, scoring 4 goals. That first team experience helped him come back to Bahia, and he has now broken into their first team, playing 28 times and also scoring 4 goals. At the age of 21, his development has started to take steps forward. In terms of the technical abilities, his first touch is the most improved. In the mentals, it's flair, determination, composure, and in the physicals, acceleration, agility, natural fitness and pace. At the age of 21, does he look like you would expect a player who is supposed to be an elite Wonderkid? Do you think there is a lot more development to come? Is it just a case that his first team games are limited and there is a big explosion of development to come? Let me know your thoughts on his development at the age of 21. At the 10-year point, Dell is now 26 years old and he has decided to swap Bahia for Everton in the Premier League. He would end his career in Brazil, playing 128 times for Bahia, scoring 35 goals, and since his £13.5 million switch to Everton, he has played 61 times, scoring 15 goals. In the past 5 years, he has also decided to switch his international allegiances. In real life, he qualifies for a Dutch passport and he has gone on to represent the Netherlands twice, scoring 1 goal. Looking at the development of the player across the past 5 years, He has really started to excel in some areas, and there is still room for improvement in others. Looking at the technical attributes, dribbling is now 14, first touch is 15, and heading is 13. In the mentals, composure of 16, flair of 16, decisions of 14, determination of 15. In the physicals, 16 acceleration, 16 natural fitness, and 17 for agility. The player has taken steps forward, but can playing in a higher league for Everton in the Premier League unlock a bit more development. We have now reached 15 years into the future. Dell is 31 years old and he is still at Everton. During his time at Everton, he would go on to make 205 appearances, scoring 51 goals and giving himself a 1 in 4 strike rate. Across his career, he played 342 times, scoring 90 goals. I have to say those numbers are slightly disappointing. In terms of his international career, he would now play 21 times for Holland and he would score 7 goals. So a slightly better strike rate there with 1 in 3. Looking at the player overall, he didn't really make too much progress between the ages of 26 and 31. And if we look at the attributes, they're pretty much where they were 5 years ago. He still has good finishing of 14 and good first touch of 15 in the technicals, but some of them really didn't develop on. In terms of the mentals, it's still about his composure, his flair, his determination, leadership and off the ball. And in the physicals, he still possesses 16 for his acceleration, 16 for natural fitness, 15 for pace and 17 for agility. So overall, there is massive development on the player that you see at the start of a brand new save game. But I do think that being held back quite a bit in terms of his first team football initially has really stunted his growth. I feel that there is a much better player in here. If you go in and you can get him early on in a save game, put him into your first team or into your squad at first and then bring him into your first team and give him that match day experience that he needs to develop quickly, I think he could be an elite wonder kid, and it just really hasn't worked out for him here. I mean, that season out on loan where he only played 9 games, and then he played 128 times for Bahia, and has only played 205 times for Everton, meaning in 15 years, he only has 342 first team appearances. And that really isn't where I thought he would be, considering the reputation that he has. And once again, even though the Nextgen database is only estimates, and it could go one of two ways, you could develop him on and he could go on to far surpass what you see here. There is also the opportunity that it could turn out a bit like this, where he maybe doesn't take all of the opportunities that are given to him, or he isn't actually given too many opportunities. And if you go in and give him those opportunities, he could really progress as a footballer. Let me know in the comment section. Are you happy, disappointed, underwhelmed? What do you think of Dell as a footballer 15 years into the future? As a 31-year-old, did you expect a bit more? Did you think this is roughly where he would be? And what do you think about him moving from Brazil and ending up at Everton? Once again, whilst you're in the comment section, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and check out the rest of the Wonderkids series. And once again, don't forget to download the Nextgen database from Passion4FM. There will be a link to that in the description down below. For this one though, I'm going to leave it there. This has been 15 years across Dell's career. I hope you've enjoyed the video and I shall see you on another one very soon.